to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on our sideline. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. First for the Celtics. And for Miami, Lowry out there with Damian Wilkins. What a tremendous talent, getting ready for his first NBA appearance. Then there's Jimmy Butler, and it's Tucker in at the 4 spot.
You know, you think of what a typical Eastern Conference team plays like, and you often think of the Celtics. I mean, they like to slow it up. They'll play hard D and take their fouls when they can. Still, the Celtics last year were just average when it came to playing the rest of the conference.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. Back to Lowry. He dishes it to Robinson. Left side Lowry. 5 to shoot. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Back to the Celtics, even as you said, Clark, they do all the things most Eastern Conference teams do well. They just couldn't keep it together, Steve, to finish far above 500 in the East.
Well, losing Rondo was a huge part of it as they had to adjust their entire offense midway through the season. And I think a lot of it, too, is, you know, the rest of the East has caught up to them, and time is finally catching up to them.
A lot of people picked the Heat to run away with the East last year, and they were right on target. They were just so far and away better than any other team in the East that you just didn't see them losing much during the course of the season.
With the shot. Offensive rebound. Williams. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And that one falls for Williams. As you said, the Heat clinched the East pretty early and were able to rest up a lot of their players down the stretch. Steve, never easy to win when everyone expects you to win games, but the Heat didn't seem fazed by the pressure at all.
Well, it's a championship team, and I think once you win that first title, you get a different level of confidence, and that showed last season as Miami rolled to the second title in a row.
Austin with the ball. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry, they grabbed their own miss. That's good. Williams has got 5 now.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Butler with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Butler kicks to Love. Number 13. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive boards.
And you've also got to love what a forceful low-post defender he is. If he blocks one of your shots, you remember. He sends them into the stands to make the point.
And that one's good.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
He'd have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. They set the screen. Here's Lowry. No luck, and it's Boston the other way. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin will see if they have what it takes.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
The Heat have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
You know, it's always strange to see how a team will react when they lose one of their biggest stars. Last season, the Celtics were thought to be dead in the water when Rondo tore his ACL, but they actually rallied and went on a winning streak after the injury.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Nice ball movement by Boston. Number 36. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. 6 points for him. Well, Clark, as you said, with Rondo and the Celtics, they would go on to win the next 7 right after his injury. And overall, Steve played better than expected the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's the way these things go, Kevin. A star player goes down, everybody else kind of steps up. And instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they use it as a rallying cry. And all those role players for Boston really picked up the extra slack. And I thought they made a great push to end that season after the Rondo injury.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Brown outside. The dish to Williams. 0. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. The Heat have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Lowry passes to Butler. Back to Lowry. Left side Lowry. It's Miami with another.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Boston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. The feed now to Brown. He kicks it to Horford. Backing him down. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Butler with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. This is to Lowry. With the lead pass. Good.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. And so it's Boston with it. Number 36. Lowry covering. Pass to Brown. Fires from deep. No good.
Couldn't convert. A nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Well, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Brown gets a screen from Horford. Brown, good.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
For Miami, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. Lowry gets a screen from Tucker. Lowry dishes to Tucker. He passes to Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. From the strike. Misses off the left iron.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
It's rebounded by Tucker. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Robinson, he's covered by Brown. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
The lead changes hands once again. There's been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
He feeds it to Williams. Zero. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Horford's got his second basket of the game.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
That's the way you've got to go. If you have good position, you've got to get after it and go for that second chance opportunity.
That is good.
And as high as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Back to Brown from outside the arc, and that one's good. Brown's got 5 now.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So it's Miami now. Outside, Martin. And that one's good. And the Heat lead by 2.
Yeah, both teams are scoring well, but there hasn't been much defensive resistance either.
Boston's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight.
While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stop when they needed it.
4 on the clock. Number 27. And it's Boston with another. 1:32 left in the first quarter. Number 31, right covering, number 14. And Boston with the rebound. And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is a natural tendency to cruise. But, Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They can turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to press you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers. And if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Number 31. And again, Miami with the triple.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Number 26, covered by Mark. Number 40. And another shot. Uses the glass to drop it in.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
It's Martin on the wing. Puts up a 3. Can't hit. Number 11. The shot is off. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Miami ahead. They lead by 1. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
So it's Boston now. They trail by 1. Number 27. It's Martin on the wing. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic, he's really strong.
And I don't know of too many other players who are as solid as he is in the low post. Just watch how many times he'll get his man to go for his fake and leave his feet. He gets him up in the air and takes advantage of it.
Feeds it to White.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
The Heat with the lead. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Number 77. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, a big part of why the Celtics dropped so much last season was they weren't very good on the road. Ended with a 14-27 record away from home, which was by far the lowest of any team in the East that made the playoffs.
And he makes the first. As you said, Clark, rarely can you win just over a third of your road games like the Celtics did and expect to make the playoffs. And had they played closer to 500 on the road, you know, Steve, there's a good chance they could have ended up as the 5th or the 4th seed.
Well, and in the Celtics case, it wasn't their defense, Kevin. It was their offense that betrayed them when they went out onto the road. They just couldn't win the close games. And some of it was just age and injury. But so many of those road losses from last year, it just came back to haunt them, and that's why they ended up with that 7 seed.
Celtics trail by 3. 0. Shot down. In transition, here comes Miami. Gets it to go. 5 points in the game. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Kicks to White. The 3. No good. Now the Heat take it the other way. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Now, a severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Celtics trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. Fades away. There's a good screen. Off target with the open look. Outside, Martin. Deadman. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, he absorbed the foul and had a chance to knock it down.
And that's all you can ask right there. I like that play.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Celtics making a switch here. Good on both.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
This team is never afraid to get physical. I think they enjoy this style of play.
Now, here's Thomas. 0. And that one is hammered home.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
And here are the Heat now after the basket by Boston. Open shot. Butler cans the shot with nobody near him.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Outside Thomas. Passes it to Horford. It's 2-on-1. Number 14.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
But there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Back to Thomas. Zero. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. 7 points in the game.
Thomas.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. To the paint. Here's Butler. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Heat lead by 9.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And so it's Boston with it. Zero. Just 5 to shoot. From outside, off the mark.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
The pass to Tucker. Number 31. And he's good on the 3-ball. And now it's a 12-point Heat lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Williams is checking for shots. Celtics trail by 12. Zero. Defended by Tucker. Shoots it. Busted. No good that time either.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Well, the score has a lot to do with that, Clark. Just based on that, you'd think the rebounding gap would be huge.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. The Celtics making a switch here. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
It's Robinson, high post. Launches a three, and the shot is good. Now that's now 9 points for Butler.
Well, Kevin, he's got such a great focus as a shooter. He's a very frustrating player to guard because unless you actually block his shot, you are not going to get in his head and affect him.
Also, there's one other thing I've noticed with him. I mean, he's great at stripping the ball away from you at the last possible moment. It's not an easy play to make, but he seems to have developed the knack for doing just that.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, good timeout, guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting to stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
White, he's checked in for the Celtics. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
Well, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Miami leading by 17. Outside Lowry. Pass to Robinson. Left side Butler. He dishes it to Lowry. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Celtics trailed by 19. Now Brown. He's got 5. On the wing, Brown. 6 to shoot. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are. They need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop this run.
Well, they played terrific basketball at both ends, and that's why this lead is totally out of control.
Really been an almost flawless game for him, Steve. No doubt about it.
So it's Boston now, following the score by Miami. The dish to White. Gets it to go. White's got 4 points now in the quarter. 1:56 left in the first half. Robinson kicks to Lowry. The feed to Tucker. Back to Lowry. Got a piece of it. Number 36, defended by Butler. Number 36, Williams. He kicks it to Brown. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Brown's got 7 points.
They slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
I'd actually like to see them go back outside, Clark, because they had a good flow, a good pace here early on.
Number 13. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Celtics trailed by 19. Dishes it to White. Lowry passes to Butler, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Boston making a switch here. For Miami, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
Well, guys, you go back to last season, and this is a team that hit just 74% of its free throws. I know they'd like to see that number go up.
And, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Now, here's Brown. 7 points in the game. Pass to Williams. Celtics passing it around. 4 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Butler up top. Shot from 12. Number 13. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Heat lead by 20. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Damon Bruce here. Welcome to halftime. So far, a lopsided game out at American Airlines Arena. The Heat have been tearing it up. They've gotten a tremendous boost from their reserves, going to them early in the game for production. Through 2 quarters, Kyle Lowry in complete control. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. For the Celtics, though, in this one, plenty of work still to be done. As we've seen from them, a lot of three-point shots have been attempted, not many connected. They're going to need to mix it up. Thanks so much for joining me here in studio. Second half action is coming right up. We hope you enjoy the rest of the game.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A magnificent view of glowing high-rises in downtown Miami as we welcome you back.
You know, Lowry is playing well. He's got 16 points and 4 assists as well. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
Just making it look effortless as well.
Celtics trail by 20. Back to Williams. Shoots a 3. That's good. Williams has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Celtics. Miami's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Butler kicks to Lowry. Rebound, Boston. Brown outside. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Lowry after the made shot from Brown. Outside Lowry. Tucker dishes to Lowry. It's Lowry again missing. Celtics trail by 15. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Gets it to go. He's got 10.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Timeout called, the Heat.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there. A bit uncomfortable and wanted to talk it over.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Back to Butler. He feeds it to Lowry. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Lowry's got 19 points.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Celtics trail by 15. Brown kicks to Horford. Back to Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys. And the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
Now, here is Lowry. 19 points in the game. It's Lowry again missing.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Back to Brown. Williams, a screen on Butler. Takes a shot at the elbow. And it's Boston with another.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for them.
Well, Heat leading by 10. Robinson passes to Butler. Lowry setting the pick for Butler. Lets it go from the wing. And that's good for 2. Butler's got 14.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Horford. That is good.
And they've really come out of halftime with the eye of the tiger. Plenty of fire in their eyes and tremendous focus and intensity.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Robinson, he's covered by Brown. Now here is Lowry. Clock at 6. Butler. And it's blocked. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Feeds to Williams. Defended by Tucker. A steal. And here is Butler. 14 points for him. Robinson off a pick from Tucker. Here is Lowry. Miami needs to get a shot off. Misses the three.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. Boy, you take a look at that roster for the Heat, and it's full of ball hawks, guys. I mean, these guys are active and aggressive, very good with their hands and feet, and it's a big reason why they got so many steals last year.
On the wing, Williams. Offensive rebound. Horford. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
Boston making a switch here. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Heat?
And they continue to run and gun throughout the game, guys.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Clark, as you said, their steals often lead to easy points going the other way. It's a vicious cycle, Steve. If you're on the wrong end of it, and it's why the Heat were able to bulldoze so many teams.
Well, they finished third in the league in steals. So when you go back and watch this team's highlight reel from last season, there were some jaw-dropping plays that often started with a steal in the backcourt or around midcourt. And that isn't by coincidence, by the way. They designed their defense that way.
Miami leading by 5. Outside Lowry. Martin. He passes it to Butler. They set the pick. Trying to get back on track. And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a 3-point play.
They can't afford to get in that kind of look. Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And he was up over the 80% mark from the free throw line last year. I'm sure he was pretty happy with those numbers.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe. You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable. But last year it seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
Now here's Brown. 14 points for him. Number 26. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Damian Wilkins checked in for Jimmy Butler. And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve. Even though there was, it seemed a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run. The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Number 77. The shot misses. And it's Boston the other way. That's good. He's got 8.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
pushes it. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Boston making a switch here. The Heat leading by 9. Number 13, he's guarded by Williams. And count the basket, he is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Well, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
For Miami, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And the free throw, no good. Celtics trail by 11. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Battles through traffic and lays it in. He's got 13.
Every time it gets scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Right, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Well, they're getting way too many easy shots in the paint. So this timeout is specifically for that reason. You got to tighten up the defense and start to make it harder for that offensive team.
I know it's easier said than done, but right now it just doesn't seem like the necessary effort is there.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Miami. .144 left to play here in the third. Williams a screen. Inside, number 26. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. The Heat leading by 11. Kicks it to Butler. There's 1:17 left in the third. Just 4 to shoot. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
That's the finger roll. It's a nice finesse move to pull up with the defense all over.
The Heat have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. Boston making a switch here. Horford's checked in. We've got 1:08 left in the third. Butler against Brown. Horford with the screen on Butler. He hits Brown with the drive.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Brown. He has 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
The Celtics have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throws.
That free throw missing. And the Celtics making a change here. And he sinks the second. The Heat leading by 13. Outside Robinson. Number 13 guarded by Horford. That's good. He's got 18.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket, and tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way.
And it's Brown missing. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Pass to Butler. Butler off a pitch from Tucker. Outside Butler. Here's the three. Shot clock at 5. Good. Butler's got 20 points. There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. Zero. And the jumper falls for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Miami ahead, up by 16. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Heat leading by 16. It's stolen. Number 11. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
So it's Miami now. 22 is their biggest lead, and that one's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Hit by Horford. Number 36. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Miami's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. And the pass to Tucker. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen. Number 11. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. And the first one drops. Celtics making a switch here. So he gets them both.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, I think that's a great strategy. Not only do you get easy points, but the clock stops as well.
And here are the Heat now. A 12-point game. Butler kicks to low. For the three. And again, Miami with the triple.
He's starting to heat up from the outside. That's his second this half.
Just over a minute and a half play here in the fourth. The shot. And he hits the jump shot.
He's been a different guy in the second half, guys. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
The Heat leading by 13.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Celtics making a switch here. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Tucker dishes to Butler. Pass to Tucker. There's the feed to Lowry. Clock at 4. 11 feet away. Gets it to go. Lowry's got 24.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Back to Horford. 0. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Robinson with it. He dishes it to Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Tucker. Off the pick. Lowry, he's guarded by Williams. Lowry passes to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. And another basket for Miami.
And I'm just impressed with his effort, guys, because we know he's hurting out there.
Celtics trail by 14. 0. The good-looking shot from the wing. 21 points in the game.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
The Heat have gone a perfect 4-4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Now here is Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Tucker. Outside Lowry. The high post shot. Rebound Boston. Horford's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brown outside. Celtics passing it around. Here's Horford. That one a little long.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Robinson kicks it to Tucker. Now the dish to Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Tucker. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Lowry. And it's now 22 points for Butler.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Celtics trail by 14. Now Brown. Number 36. Now recovering. Williams dishes to Horford. Williams, 6 to shoot. Held good with the triple. Outside Butler. Outside Robinson. He kicks to Lowry. There's the triple. Rebound Boston. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. 0 defended by Butler. Six on the shot clock. Dishes it to Brown. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The try by Lowry. And that one's good. Lowry's got 26 points. Celtics trail by 16. Brown outside. Buries it from 3-point range.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Miami's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Timeout called the Heat. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys,
number 13, guarded by Horford. Number 13, rebounded by the Celtics. Down inside, defended by Tucker. The shot no good. Miami leading by 13. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And he knocks down the first one. He's off on the second. Celtics trail by 14. Pass to Williams. 0. And it's good. Assisting on the play is Williams. 24 points for him.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Now here is Lowry. Outside Robinson. Back to Lowry. Lock at 6. He feeds it to Butler. On deep. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Celtics trail by 11. Now a timeout called by Boston. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Zero. Defended by Butler. Stolen by Robinson. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. Butler on the way. Uncovered. Again, the miss by the Heat.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Feeds it to Brown. For 3. The shot will not go. Now the Heat take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Butler goes in. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
Celtics trail by 11. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Gets it down to single digits. He's got 26.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
Outside Lowry. Left side Lowry. Robinson. 5 on the clock. Back to Lowry. A 3-ball. That one goes. Count.
Starting to get it rolling, guys. That's 4 3-pointers for the game. 3 of them coming in this second half.
The Celtics have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Here's Brown. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. And Brown drops them both. There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 11-footer, and that one's good. And the Heat lead by 12.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Now timeout called by Boston. They're down by 12. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the Celtics making a change here. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot's good.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
And Miami can just let the clock run down here.
Come on, back it up, man.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry.
Nobody pray for me. It been that day for me.